the right screen first try this time.
First try. Marvelous.
I am incredible at what I do. Oh, fuck. Hold on.
Is that you or me?
Oh, that's you. Totally you. Yeah.
Yeah, it was me.
I was like,
100% it was my fault.
I was like, what have I done? I've doomed us all to a life of mediocrity.
I mean, weren't we there already?
Yes, we are.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But we're doing our best and having fun while doing it. Am I right? Hmm. All right, so levels kind of all over the place, but they seem pretty good, pretty consistent when I'm talking. When I get louder, I gotta lean back more. But yeah, overall, pretty consistently in the yellow and whatnot. So that's pretty neat. Is that our D&D man?
No, that's not that Ryan. No,
Oh,
no, unfortunately not. No, definitely not.
no, definitely not. Harry Potter reference.
Don't we just love those?
No, they are the best, the greatest. Some might say. So.
All right. Well, I'm making it with a microphone, and that's what we're doing this week.
I know what I'm doing wrong. I think. Wait, no. Let's take a look.
What are you doing wrong?
Well, it should say we have one because we're here. But
Which begs the question: what are you doing right?
literally nothing. I show up. I pretend I'm good at what I do,
It says we have 3.
and then I leave. It says we have 3
Well,
now.
hello, Siren. How's it going, my dude?
Hey, what up? We got people.
Yeah, we're doing a thing,
Hell yeah, episode 4, baby. I can't believe it.
right? It's been good enough. When did episode 3 go live on Spotify?
Would have been last Sunday.
Last Sunday.
Yeah, I'm
Beautiful.
gonna be throwing them out as like on the weekends we don't record, or the weekends that I'm throwing them out.
Oh, that's fair. We're doing pretty good. We spent like 4 hours just working on the script for today.
Yeah, we spent a good chunk of time. It's a lot.
Yeah.
been
And
a while.
but we've got some stuff that's solid, pretty planned out, and with the lovely help of From the Flood's mom,
Hell yeah.
we
Dave's mom.
have an entirely new awesomeness going up. It's going to be fantastic. We're going to be doing classifieds at the end of the show. So if you have an idea for a classified that you want to see at the end of the show, let us know. We're totally okay throwing it up there.
Yeah, like pretty much anything goes. That was a pretty bad peak, but
Yeah, pretty bad. Pretty much. Yeah, the P
yeah,
got
it's
you.
The P got me. I was a little too close.
Just a bit.
But yeah, we've got classifieds. I'm super excited to see how they turn out. I hope we get a lot of interaction and whatnot on them, because I think they're super fun, super easy, and just entertaining, because they can be anything, right? Classifieds, you never know what you're gonna find in those.
I mean, I like the ones we have right now. And, of course, we're using fake names. So we're going to have Maiden Mistress, Viking Guy, and Big Bad Bully all giving us a classified this time. So if you've got someone you want to add to that list, let me know.
Yeah, even if you just have a name, it's something that we don't have to come up with ourselves, right?
Yeah, we even have a Chief Gobbo now.
Yes.
It's going to be great.
We're gonna mention the Chief Gobbo this week, and then next week is when we're gonna really introduce them as the character and the voice and everything. So
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. So once that goblin learns how to speak common, Siren's actually the guy that I would love to have play him.
that's totally fair. Yeah, I'll be the voice while he's a goblin, because just
Yeah.
spouting nonsense. But
Yeah.
once we get him,
So
learning common-
that's the Goblin Chief, Crocker Slashburns. It's going to be great. He has an amazing name.
yeah, name is potentially a work in progress. Potentially, if we think of something better down the road. Right now, we're just kind of like, that's what we understood. But if we think of something better, then we'll definitely use that, right? So yeah.
But we have a few fantastic ideas kind of floating around that I think we're really going to enjoy. I mean, everyone's going to enjoy. I think it's definitely a good old time. But yeah, so since we have a few moments here just to discuss random goings-ons and stuffs, how's work going for you, Siren? Enjoying it? I mean, it's probably downtime for you. You get to relax, right?
Well, I'd assume if they're able to watch us right now, it's probably some pretty decent downtime.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. If you can watch us, you're probably in downtime.
Yeah. You're probably not that busy if you have a free moment, you know?
Oof, alone all of yesterday kind of sucks. But you're going to be coming back in town just in time to play some Magic, so that's good.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Alrighty, so how do we want to start this one off? Just because you have the the good evening kind of thing already.
Good evening.
So for me, we'll do the count-in, and then I'll do like the one, or you'll do the 1, 2, 3, sorry, backwards, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah.
I'll do the countdown for you.
And I'll be like, good evening, listeners. This week,
hello.
Sickness is... Oh my God, you are not doing that.
Hello, listeners. Woo.
I will slaughter you. Like, is that going to be like Lycanthropy Week? That's what we're going to call it? And just like ooh the crap out of it?
Just one episode is just annoying as all hell, and we're just like, at the end of it, we're just like, we are never having guest hosts again.
That is straight up the cringiest time. Like, so much cringe, so little good.
Cringe Fest. That could be like our Valentine's Day episode or some shit.
Cringe Fest 3000, brought to you by Valentine's Day.
I love
because
it.
fuck your ears. It's going to be great.
Hello, listeners. Woo, how are you today? Whole fucking episode.
Why are you doing the finger thing too? It's not necessary.
That's why it makes it so much worse. Yeah, Siren's got it.
Yeah.
I hate it so much. It's awful. I'm not dying. You are.
Bullshit.
We are dying together. This dialogue is pretty poggers.
I mean, we've been working on the chemistry because, chemistry.
Yeah, chemistry is super important.
Yeah,
so
it's working.
Yeah, we've been going on dates and...
we've been holding hands all the time.
Yeah.
It's how it works.
Holding hands, complimenting each other.
Because
you know how it is.
You painting nails and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not painted right now. Don't worry about it.
Braiding each other's hair.
Yeah, my hair's actually long enough to put some pretty decent braids in it.
Mine's long enough to put braids in it. Not decent yet, but braids at least. So.
I mean, like, I'm pretty sure everyone can see the friggin' big-ass ponytail I got now.
Yeah, I just put my beard in a ponytail. Just like a small like this.
You're just jealous.
Yeah, I am. Okay. No bully. Why are you bullying?
The big bad bully is here.
He's also very German.
Shut it. Could totally, like, I might require some like micro tweezers to do it, but you totally could. I'm just saying. Have you ever worked with micro tweezers? Like, literally, it's an actual medical tool, right? And they are redonkulously small because they're meant to go with a microcam into somebody's brain so that you can work in there and not fuck shit up. So it's a minimally invasive brain surgery tool, and they're super neat. And I am terrible at using them, like, because my hands are real friggin' steady. They don't shake at all. But
same.
He says. But all those
surgeon.
friggin' micro tweezers, man, it's awful. I was like, oh, I'm Twitchy McGee over here. It's great.
See, like, my right hand's pretty steady. I have nerve damage in the left, so it shakes.
But, I mean, this is after the nerve damage problems.
Actually, we're about the same.
Yeah, and either way, Siren, I'm just saying, what you perceive to be as one hair is actually several hairs. Most of the time. And several hairs can come from, similar follicle areas. So we totally could. It'd be super tiny braids. Like the tiniest.
Nuts.
Nunny. Braids.
Braids, nunny.
All right. So what do we have for time?
We're at about 14 minutes. So we've been talking for about roughly 10. So another 5, and then we'll...
And then we'll get into the
show,
recording.
Yeah. Just in case anyone has any suggestions, comments, stuff like that before we get started. and then we can do our little get together and get to know everybody kind of thing. I really want to move this, but I don't think there's any other way.
No, you gotta have that microphone all up in your mouth.
I don't like it. It's not what I want. Oh, that's the wrong way. Hold on. I'm our audio tech, by the way. Oh God, I broke it.
I don't think that was ever a question. I think everyone's aware that I have absolutely no like audio editing skills. If you've ever watched my channel or watched my YouTube vids, it's all just raw. I can't do the editing. I am terrible. Terrible.
I'll give you raw, baby.
Later.
Okay, let's try.
That's the after party.
Something like this. My levels are actually still pretty good. How do I sound? Like I have to lean forward. It's a little awkward, but
just keep talking.
I'm going to keep talking then.
Just keep
I'm
talking.
going to do
just keep talking.
what I need to do to continually talk into the microphone.
I mean, your levels look good and you sound relatively okay, but just a little bit more than average creeper.
Jesus, Mother, you can type into the chat. You don't have to send me text messages. There's a little chat box that you can type into. There you go. There we go. Thanks, Mom.
Hello.
Perfect. Yeah.
All right. So,
this is, I don't know, because I can't move closer to Devin because of the armrests on these chairs.
They're already touching. They're already close enough to boink. So
there we go. Now we've got it.
Now you get to be like a little lazy.
Yeah.
I hate you.
Want
trade?
Good day. I don't want to trade now.
I'm like crouched over, hunchbacking it up, and you're like,
man,
"Oh yeah,
I'm working on it. These are expensive."
Okay, so we're gonna go real quick into some awesomeness. I think we're about there.
Roughly. You know what? I might be able to just get a stand for that mic. We won't have the nice isolation shield, so it'll be a little bit strange, but
there's at least one suggestion for that or one person saying that's better how you moved it. And no, I haven't played Genshin. Like I said, I played the first 2 minutes of it, and I've had a hard time just diving into it. But I am actually, thanks to your suggestion, I think starting either tomorrow or Wednesday, going to start playing some MTGA on my play the gacha game on my stream, because that should be fun.
Right arm. Oh, hold on. I gotta move my hair. Don't mind me. It's my Cyclops cosplay.
You know what's the weirdest thing is, despite everyone's expectations and despite how some of the movies actually portray it, Cyclops does not fire potential energy at all. It's not a laser beam. It's not a heat ray. It's not like some weird sort of like X-ray nonsense. Do you know what he fires from his eyes?
I don't. But you know what I did do? Sorry. Mm-hmm. I managed to get the monitor working on these headphones. Don't know what I did, but I'll take it, dude.
Yes, that's right, Siren. He fires pure kinetic energy. You're getting eye punched by Cyclops when you get hit by him.
Hell yeah, that's what I like to see.
Just eye punch.
Yo, his eyes have some serious punching power, though. That's nuts.
My god. Yeah, no, it's really weird that it's pure kinetic energy. It makes absolutely no sense. None whatsoever.
No, that doesn't make much sense.
No,
maybe the kinetic energy of blinking. It's just storing up.
Right?
I guess you blink enough in a day that you could probably store up some serious power if it was all that energy was immediately stored up. But
yeah, it definitely should be potential energy, because kinetic energy is energy that's already been released. But no, they're like, no, it's kinetic energy. But you see in the movies that it lights stuff on fire. And you're like, how is he punching something so hard it lights on fire? Because that makes no sense.
Yeah, it should definitely be potential energy. But you know what? I think they probably meant potential energy, but they said they wrote the wrong thing, and they're like, "Fuck, we're screwed now."
They had no scientists to back them up. But that's not actually just from the movies. That him setting things on fire happens in the comic books a lot, and it makes no sense.
That's what I mean. I feel like in the comics originally, they meant to put potential energy, but they got the two mixed up. And then they were like, fuck it. It's been this long. Nothing we can do now. He punches things on fire. It's mad friction, bro.
Yeah. Okay, so I think we're ready to go.
Yeah. It's time to start these rough drafts, these rehearsal picks, and you never know. We might get it perfect on the first try, like we did on episode 1.
It was really good.
That was
I loved it. All right,
it hasn't happened since, but
no, we've had to take cuts from 2 recordings in episode 3 and episode 2. I think it was on the 3rd or 4th time we actually got it right all at once.
Yeah, it was like the 3rd or 4th time, and then episode 2 I didn't actually have the thing recording, so we had to rip the audio from Twitch, and it was episode 2. Episode 2 was nightmare fuel. Let's be real. For me, from an editing perspective, I don't know if it sounds as bad as I feel like it does on the actual podcast, like on the edited version. But oh man, that was rough to edit.
I feel like I need to bring some papers so I can do the clack clack thing, that the anchors do. Clack clack. Exactly. I feel like that's amazing.
One piece of paper.
It's not good enough. It's okay. I'll bring some next week.
I'll just slap a mixing board on the desk. I've got like 3 behind us here.
That's fair. Okay, so do you want to give me a bit of a pause? We'll do a 10-second countdown, and then you'll count me in.
Would a book work? Non-hardcover?
No, like I'm just thinking like for next week. Next week maybe we can do a little more.
What about a deck of cards?
Too small. The shuffling noise is too hard of cardboard.
It's okay. Like it's just the sound, right? So you get the.
I know, but you get that like hard shuffle noise instead of like the paper noise, which is more slithery. So either we'll figure it out. It's fine. We'll do it next week.
I've got a instruction booklet for how to use this mic over there. That could work.
Just do the 10 seconds of silence.
You got
just
it,
shut
boss.
up for 10 seconds, and then count me in.
In 5, 4.
And good evening, listeners. Our top story tonight, a sickness has been spreading throughout our fair country. Starting as of some time in the last 2 or 3 days, many cases have been reported across Praguestein of a certain sickness spreading amongst its village people. Now, we're not just talking 1 or 2 isolated incidents, but instead, this strange sort of thing is spreading across the entirety of our country almost simultaneously.
You think it's going to be serious? Is it something to worry about?
Well, right now, symptoms are only coughing, sneezing, some light irritability, and a sort of dehydration that's so severe, some people even reporting it looks like their skin is scaling over.
Oh, well, and then nobody's died yet, so it's probably, right? No one's died yet?
No one's died yet. No. But it is worrisome to see something spreading so quickly. Several cities, in fact, already have more injured and ill than their temples can care for.
Well, if people aren't dying, then I'm sure it's nothing to worry about, right?
Oh, probably not, but we're going to keep an eye on this, and we do have word from the Don Master of Lathander himself, Don Master Bob, who said that the temple will do all they can to care for all that are injured and would appreciate any donations just in case they need to kind of go all out and buy a lot of scrolls or healing from other temples. It's a precaution, of course, but if you'd like to get in contact with the Temple of Lathander and talk to them about potentially setting up a date to either get yourself screened for this illness or if you're looking at setting up donations, it'd be a really good time to do that.
Okay, well, that's definitely something I'll keep in mind then, for sure.
Yeah, and at the moment, Don Master Bob is recommending space, making sure you keep those that you love at close to you so that they don't get ill, and a reminder that although hope seems to have faded, there is always another dawn.
So, essentially, if you care about people, make sure you stay super close to them at all times. To protect yourself and them, correct?
Correct. We all know that love is the cure for all illnesses.
Absolutely. That's incredible. And the dragon in Ashenvale is still being harvested. So if you haven't gone over there to pick up your dragon parts just yet, you still have a chance.
That's right. A lot of the bits are starting to get a little stinky as of our last reporting, but even though they're rotted, they're still valuable. So if you have time, stop by Ashenvale, pick up your own little trophy, maybe get some dragon blood potions in there. We know they're good for arcane potions and the like, so do it up, my friends.
Heck yeah. And that brings us to what would normally be our magic item of the week, but with the Dawn Master's words in mind, we are going to skip the normal magic item of the week segment, and we just want to stress how important it is that you stay healthy, and our local wise woman, Hagatha, is key to that. So make sure you visit her with ink, quill, and parchment to avoid any mishaps in communication. Stay on top of your health and stay uncursed. And remember, she also has vision problems, so write very big.
Yeah, and make sure that you're not writing in cursive. Write in the common base handwriting. Otherwise, you might end up with two tongues instead of treatment.
Yes, which we think would be funny. So if that happens, make sure to write into the studio.
Yeah, keep in mind we do have a magical mishap section just for you if that's what happens.
Exactly. And it would be nice if it wasn't just poor Teddy every week.
Poor Teddy. We will actually have more from Teddy later on as we sent a crew member down just to get his story and see how he's feeling this week.
Yeah, we just want to check in on him. He's getting treatment for the explosion that did happen last week, and we will definitely check in on him a little bit later in the broadcast here.
But speaking of other folks coming on our show, just like Teddy, we have Crash and Crunch returning for the first time in almost a month. And they want to run their own version of the advertisement we did last week. So without further ado, Crash, Crunch, have at it.
Hey, so since you guys butchered it so hard last week.
It was so bad.
It was awful. We just came back and decided we're going to do our own commercial because you
just can't get it right. You're so bad at this.
You are bland. You are boring. We don't like it.
We are the Fabric Fantastique, not the Fabric
Yeah, the Fabric Fantastique. Okay, so without further ado, we're just going to get right into it because I know the hosts are too scared to tell us to stop talking. All right. Hey, Crash, you know what I'm starting to get sick of?
You know what, Crunch? I just might. It's the people of this town, right?
Yes, but it's not just the people. It's their lack of style. Absence of flair. Oh, whoops. That's you. You folded it over. Yeah, you've got your own thing folded over there. I thought that
was good. That was amazing. All right.
Whoops.
Okay, so like the first two stories were real friggin' good.
Yeah,
it's the advertisement there. Okay, are you ready?
We can just start from the advertisement.
Yeah, we'll do that.
At this point, we may as well just get it in one take, even if we have to do that one take several times. I think that was actually pretty easy to edit.
Okay, so we're going to try that again from the top, and I'll do the thing. So, and without further ado, here's Crash and Crunch.
Should we just stick with the riffing and just go straight from here?
Ooh, that might be a good idea. Yeah, the riffing was pretty good. Yeah, that's good. No, it's not too bad. Yeah. All right, so we'll start from the riffing, or we'll finish the riffing, and
well, we can just start from here because the riffing went right into this. So we can just start from the commercial.
All right. I think you're right. All right, go ahead.
Cool. Okay. Hey, Crash, you know what I'm starting to get sick of?
You know what, Crunch? I think I just might. It's the people of this town, right?
Yes, but it's not the people. It's their lack of style.
Oh, that absence of flair. I agree. Damn it. I need to like steal the book from you when I'm doing that part.
That's fine. Then what we're going to do is we're going to stick this here so we can flip to that afterwards.
Yeah, all right. Take 3 on the fabulous half-orc sisters.
Yep. Two commercials are fucking rough. 2-person commercials. Fucking rough, dude. Yeah. Last week it didn't matter because it was both of us. And it was meant to be read kind of shitty.
Yeah, it was meant to be like really cardboard and wooden, but this time it's a little harder because you have to be like fluent.
Yeah. It's got to be fluent. There's got to be meat to it. It's got to be good.
All right. We're going to try again?
Yes.
All right, so Do the 5, 4.
Hey, Crash. You know what I'm starting to get sick of?
You know what, Crunch? I think I just might. It's the people of this town, right?
Yes, but it's not the people, it's their lack of style.
Oh, that absence of flair. I agree. Good thing we have just the stuff needed to turn those boring peasants into downright pleasants.
We promise, if you come visit us at Crash and Crunch's Fabric Fantastiques, we will make you stand out in any crowd.
Entertainment to travel will get you covered in style. Stop being a bore and look more like a whore.
Yes, bitch! Crash and Crunch's Fabric Fantastique. Just because you're a commoner doesn't mean you need to look common. Ugh.
And that's how you do it, boys.
You guys suck. Thanks, Crash and Crunch. That's,
Yeah, we totally could have done it in that voice, 100%.
we totally could have added that
so
kind
natural.
of flair. Yeah, that's definitely how we sound as newscasters, you know, but who...
All right, and we do have another story for you tonight, one that's just as exciting for everyone in the town or anyone who wasn't able to purchase an alchemy jug as of last week. So to bring you the good news, we're going to go to Dave right here beside me, and we're going to talk about the absolutely amazing, wonderful thing that's happened. Dave?
The booze is back. Yes, no more drought. Thanks to the efforts of brewers everywhere, as well as the frighteningly fast growth of the crops in Ashenvale, cheap ale is making a reappearance in our fair city. Soon, to grace the taverns, it'll be hitting a town-wide party. First...
Yeah, it's the town-wide party first. Period. Paid for. Yeah.
Oh, that's a comma. That's
yeah,
why
that
I got
is.
confused.
Yeah. All
And
right.
there's like a star after party here.
I'm sorry.
I thought my writing was bad. It's just your punctuation that's confusing. Your writing's really easy to read, but your punctuation...
All right, so we had a really good run at the first two, and then I think we got the third one. That advertisement thing was not too bad.
I think the advertisement's pretty decent. I think
Yeah, it was pretty good. I think it was hands down okay.
Yeah.
At the very least.
It was definitely okay. Any feedback, chat? Anyone want to say anything about how that the advertisement sounded?
Yeah, that is Crash and Crunch, which like canonically, at least one of them is Dave's half sister.
Yeah. Yeah, which is funny because I have an actual half sister and no relation in us building that, but
it's awful because I have one
kind of
too.
funny.
But,
That's even better.
It's great.
I love that.
Yeah.
We're just bashing on our half sisters, soon to be voiced by our actual half sisters.
Oh my God, mine would love to do that. You have no idea.
I'm pretty sure mine would too, but mine's 10 years younger than me, so
yeah, that's a little difficult to pull off. Then yeah.
Yeah, it'd be a little bit strange. Oh, Mom, you're getting banned. I'm gonna allow that.
Straight up. Well, I mean, we were trying our best to actually make it seem as though we were
metrosexual.
Very much so, and I think we got it right. And that's the kind of energy the Crash and Crunch are trying to give off.
Yeah, the very metrosexual kind of energy.
Because they are massive, big, burly, like half orcs.
Yeah,
they're like Lord of the Rings big orcs kind of thing. Only they love fashion and fabrics. So that's what we're going for.
Yeah. So, and if you're going, they sound gay. That's pretty spot on, I guess.
That's kind of exactly what we were going
stereotype.
for. Yeah,
the metrosexual stereotype is totally gay, but like,
yeah, 100%.
I've definitely met some straight people with that accent, which is really off-putting. Not in a bad way. It's just like you meet them, they sound like that, and you're like, okay, this gentleman is he's gay, and then it turns around and like, this is my girlfriend, and you're like, what?
All right. So we're good. We're going to go into the secondary topic again. I'll give you the count in after a little bit of silence. Ready?
Yes.
And 5, 4, 3.
The booze is back. Thanks to the efforts of brewers everywhere, as well as the frighteningly fast growth of the crops in Ashenvale, cheap ale is making a reappearance in our fair city. Soon, to grace the taverns, it'll be hitting a town-wide party first, paid for by Mayor Weasley. He promises entertainment, food, booze, and only a small, tiny speech about the importance of re-electing him. A brilliant move when he's so very unpopular right now.
Yeah, when he decided to ixnay the Goblins I think that's really what drove him down in the polls. He ignored the common folk.
He did. There was a goblin problem. He refused to acknowledge that it was even a problem because re-election was so close. And now nobody likes him. He can't even walk down the streets without having random stuff thrown at him.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what he thinks about this sickness. Maybe we should get him in for an actual interview beyond the additional interview next week.
That would be a great idea. Maybe we can pull him in next week. I think it'd be a really neat perspective to get, especially right with the election around the corner at that point.
Yeah, that'd be a fantastic idea.
Because that election would be the next week, so the election would be that week, so that'd be pretty neat.
And we can totally discuss the new ale tax that's going to be coming in. Really hoping it's not hefty. I'm hoping it's a relatively reasonable one. Maybe we might see a half copper per pint. I'm hoping it's no more than that.
Yeah, if it's more than that, then they have to be careful because there was rioting when there was a shortage, and now if people can't afford it, especially with it coming back, that's not going to look good on the mayor, and we're going to have to see where that goes. We really are. But with that being said, we're going to head right on in to our Adventurer's Forecast. I'm going to send it on over to Mike to see what this next week's looking like.
All right, well, Dave, we actually have a reasonably good Adventurers forecast for the next week. We have about a 10% chance to see Adventurers with a 0% chance to see Murder Hobos. Now, the reason it's so low, even though it should be relatively high, because, there's nothing that heroes love more than undeserved booze and food thrown in a party that they can kind of make about them. We're also seeing that sickness. Now, sickness is being spread, it seems, by people migrating between cities, and adventurers do that with startling regularity. So I'm guessing the adventurers, those of a reasonably good and moral, upstanding code kind of thing, probably aren't going to be moving between the cities. We're not going to see them too often. And murder hobos are probably mostly going to be dead at this point. Which is something we can be very, very thankful for, or they're going to be harvesting the last little bits of dragon that they can get.
Perfect. Yeah. So that's at least exciting. We don't have to worry about murder hobos this week.
Yeah, old Graham will be pleased. We'll be able to send him some food, and it won't be stolen immediately.
Yes. So if you've got food that you can send up to old Graham, it's been like 3 weeks that poor man's been getting stolen from. So. Anything would really help out old Graham.
Yeah, thank you so much for your kindness, folks.
And now, a word from our sponsors. Here at Alchemical Aids and Ailments, we know how scary a new sickness can be. That's why we always make sure to stock a single cure disease potion on hand. This is guaranteed to remove all diseases. So if you do get sick, or even if you frequent Old Port a little too often, you'll be cured quickly and can easily go back to your hobbies. Come down to Alchemical Aids and Ailments to pick up our only one today. It might cost your life savings, but that's a low price when it's saving your life. Alchemical Aids and Ailments, just east of the main road in the Sunset District. Warning. Some of our products may have side effects such as spontaneous combustion, spontaneous liquefaction, death, gender swapping, random species shifting, or projectile diarrhea. Please consult your healer before taking any of our products to see if it's right for you.
All right. Well, thank you, Arthur, from Alchemical Aids and Ailments, for sponsoring us for that advertisement. It's wonderful of you to do, especially after the small mishap we had a few weeks ago with Teddy being gooified.
I very much like that they added in the spontaneous liquefaction.
Yeah, that really covers his problem.
Yeah, that way it's a possibility.
But our usual magical mishap segment is actually going to be taken up by a trip to the hospital. We were promising this earlier. We sent over some of our crew to go talk to Teddy as he's recovering in the hospital. Now, we weren't able to afford a full heal for him, but we were able to afford the Temple of Lathander's super, totally reasonable prices to have him stay in hospice for just a little while before he gets back on his feet.
Yeah, and the cost of the Temple of Lathander is actually just below the cost of healing him, like just right below there. But we just couldn't hit that threshold we needed to just pay for the potions and whatnot to cure him immediately. So he's just going to be recovering the old-fashioned way.
All right, and I have word that we're in with Teddy right now. Teddy, my friend, my man, how are you doing?
Oh God, it hurts.
Well, that does seem to be unpleasant, Teddy. So tell me, how long are you going to be in the temple for? I'm just going to assume that means not too much longer. I think we're all doing okay. So tell me, Teddy, how exactly have your injuries impacted you so far?
What are you doing in here? This patient is very incredibly injured. He's broken 100 bones and has burns to over 90% of his body. I'm going to need you to get out.
All right, we'll check in with Teddy next time when we actually have permission from the Temple of Lathander to go see him. Get out of there, please, right now. Don't piss him off.
Imbeciles.
All right, and in our local interest, like we mentioned earlier, we have 1 month until our beautiful, beautiful re-election, where we might actually see someone who's not corrupt and not crazy make their way into being the mayor.
That would be a first for us, really. I can't wait. Who are the candidates?
Well, we have 4 major candidates that we'll be having on the show next week for a kind of interview. We're going to ask them a few questions, see where they stand. And that would be, of course, the current mayor, Mayor Weasley. We've met him before. He's a sparkling individual.
He's always, I love having him around. He's so reasonable and easy to talk to.
Yeah. And then, of course, you just heard him kick us out of the Temple of Lathander. That is His Radiance, Don Lord Lawrence Exxon IV.
Yeah, I'm glad we got out of there before he started smiting or hitting us with some really, really powerful magic. We got kind of lucky.
Yeah, I heard the last time someone pissed him off, he literally just called down a pillar of flame.
Yeah, so that's why we got out of there. He might be a healer, but he'll also fuck you up.
Yeah, it's entirely true. Now, we have also heard from the goblins who did retreat from the town, who have been leaving us alone, that they're putting forth a candidacy for mayor too. And we believe, and keep in mind, none of us speak goblin, so this is a relative belief, that his name is Goblin Chief Crocker Burn Slash, Brush Slash Burn, something like that. They made the motions and the noises, and we kind of got that from it.
I couldn't understand a thing they were saying, so.
Yeah, I think we need to go to night school, maybe take some remedial goblin.
That might help us out, or we can teach them common. That would be better if they want to run the city.
That's fair. And Harry Moneybaggins Esquire, I've never heard of them.
That is Harry from Harry's Hammer Climber, our rich man.
Wait, his name is Moneybaggins?
Yes, Moneybaggins Esquire. Do not forget that. He will get very upset, and he has the money to sue the shit out of us.
Moneybaggins
Esquire. Moneybaggins Esquire.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. All right, that got me. Ooh, composure.
Yeah. We are professionals.
Yeah, I have to
Harry,
maintain that professional.
Please
nature.
do not crush us under your thumb.
Yeah, please. All right, and closing out this week with something new to help support our studio, and the usual decurse, de-goo, help Teddy heal fund, Classifieds. Contact the studio if any one of these actually manage to suit your interests or needs. Maiden Mistress has a gently used chastity belt for sale. Key included, less than 10 gold pieces.
Wow, that's incredible, because the last time we had one of those, it was from Oldport, remember? And it was heavily used.
It was a little rusty, too.
It was.
Like
and
right
it
in the crotch.
Smelled. And that one only took a week to sell.
Yeah. We have Viking Guy. He's looking for a love connection. Someone who wants to rage, pillage, burn, and cuddle amongst the ashes and bodies.
So if you're into that kind of thing, definitely check that out.
He doesn't mean ashes and bodies of our town, does he?
Well,
maybe we should have vetted these guys before we actually put them on. Oh, well, you know what? We only have one more. We'll do
you know
that.
what? He paid us.
Yeah, that's
so
fine.
whatever.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, and Big Bad Bully, really, is recruiting hench people of all shapes, sizes, and races. Ooh, equal opportunity. As long as you're not that bright, this position is right.
It rhymes.
Well, that's not too bad. All right, so
like
if you're looking for a new position, a new job, it looks like Big Bad Bully has the position for you.
And, maybe you can afford some ale with that new ale tax. But thank you so much, and have a great night.
All right,
Nailed
that didn't end too badly. That was actually pretty good. That was fairly smooth. Of course, with the editing, there's going to be a few more cuts and jumps in there, so we can actually
We'll have some
space
cuts.
it.
We'll
But
make
yeah,
it sound pretty.
you say we, you mean you?
Yeah, I'll make it sound pretty. I'm wondering if we should maybe redo the Dawn Lord a bit. But it worked. It was still kind of like, get out.
I actually really enjoyed it, and then next week we can actually have him do the threatening thing, not the.
He can threaten during the thing while he's arguing with one of my other alter egos.
Yeah, it's gonna be great because I'm the interviewer and he's the interviewees, which means he's gonna be all four of them, and it's gonna be great. And
They're
then
all my characters. That's what I get for going, I want to be a voice actor. Let me do many voices.
yeah, it's gonna be amazing.
Didn't think it'd bite me in the
No.
ass like fucking episode 5, but whatever. Oh
Okay.
man. So we've got about 14 or so minutes to close out here. This one actually went really smooth. I definitely like the idea of just hashing them out one at a time on the stream until we get those segments exactly where we want them.
Yeah, and then you can just listen to the best segment and then call it good.
Yeah, and then it's a little bit more on editing, but it's as opposed to getting it all in one swoop, but I think it'll be better in the long run.
And a shout out to Dea Novel.
That's my mom.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, we're gonna have to change that down a little bit, I think, next time. Nah, as long as if it has me in the screen, it's gonna be too light. But yeah, I just wanted to give a shout out because the classified idea was all of theirs, and it was absolutely amazing. I really enjoyed writing those. It was a lot of fun.
Keep talking. I'm just fixing lights.
Yeah, he's just doing a thing where he's fixing it around. He's messing with it. I think that's good. Yeah, right there was good. Yeah.
I can't see anymore because I looked right at the light, and there's studio
Stare
lights.
into the
so I
light.
can't see, but
Yeah.
that was. I can't see anything. Oh man.
Yeah, I think that's something we're gonna just have to deal with next time and make sure that we're not doing that too heavily. Like it's not just brilliantly light.
Yeah.
Brilliantly
that was-
light. Yeah, brilliantly lit right over my head.
Yeah, which is, I mean, we could see you. That's in the end of the day, we could see you, but we'll fuck with our lights a little bit better next time. I know one of them is missing. It's not out. It's just gone.
Yeah.
Look right there. It's just gone.
Oh, there's a shoop de whoop.
Oh, hey, buddy. How's it going? You took what?
20 minutes to figure it out,
Figure what out? How to get onto the stream, or?
or just to figure out that we were a D&D comedy newscast.
Yeah,
I
what
don't
was
know.
it?
Yeah.
Oh, how to get
Oh,
here?
I'm sorry, my man.
Oh, my bad, dude. Yeah, I didn't post it in the Discords.
I did post it in the Discord actually.
Okay. Twitch wouldn't show me. That's rude. Fuck you, Twitch.
Yeah, it's not very nice, Twitch.
You caught just the tail end of it too, which is kind of unfortunate. But we got it. We got episode 4 nice and recorded. Now we're just taking suggestions. It's the suggestion part of the show for classifieds, characters, stuff like that. So if you've got anything you want to see in the show next week.
Yeah, absolutely. So this week was like there's something new. Like we were saying earlier, we did classified ads. So if there's one that you just want to see, or if like there's like a username kind of thing you want to put out a classified ad and just want me to make it up, that's absolutely fine. We'll do that.
Hell yeah. And going forward, every subscriber will get a mention in a classified.
100%.
So like say you subscribe with Twitch Prime or whatever, then next week you are guaranteed to have at least one classified, potentially more. I mean, if we get super big and we get like 30 a thing, then we're going to have to find a different way.
Yeah, we'll just be like, oh yeah, 10 classifieds. This is what we got. We'll ram through them real quick kind of thing.
Yeah, but I think I think this is, for now, this is a good, like, if you brand new followers get one. Like if you follow during the stream, you'll get one, a classified for this week. Then we can just switch one of the names around and what have you. I think that'd be pretty good.
Yeah, that wouldn't be too bad. And like we're doing classifieds. I think separately we'll also do like the wanted ads, like job posters and stuff like that, to see if we can do something like that, because Dea Novel actually had another really brilliant idea of having like the town crier position open and stuff like that, or the town drunk. And like we were discussing what would be really good for a town drunk position, like why is it open all of a sudden? Yep. And we came up with like 2 ideas, and the first one, of course, was that
alcohol poisoning.
Yeah, alcohol poisoning. We need new town drunk because the last one died to alcohol poisoning.
Yeah, and then the other one is less dark funny, less what have you. Yeah, dude, if you want to suggest your character backgrounds, let us know what they are, and we can probably add them in as a classified or what have you.
That's actually something that we were going to start doing, was requesting backgrounds for the 9 Avengers.
Yes, because we will be creating the 9 Avengers.
Yeah.
They're going to be...
it's the 9 Avengers Adventuring Company, and it's essentially going to be an adventuring company that comes from Blackshell, that kind of lives here and goes and does heroic acts, kind of inspired by the other heroes of the country, as well as prodded forward and made fun of by us. Yes. So they're going to be like we want that kind of thing coming in. So I'm not sure, Shoop, if you have us on any social media platform. It'd be super simple to like
me on all of them.
That's fair. Just to message us your background, like 100%, and we'll make you into a 9 Avenger, one of the 9 Avengers that is, and it'll be really good.
Yeah, because the adventuring company that killed the Red Dragon was Vox Arcana, which is a play on Vox Machina, which is Critical Role's first campaign. Yep. The 9 Avengers is a reference to the Mighty 9, which is their second campaign. And we're doing it in a way that they can't get mad at us.
Hopefully they can't get mad. But Vox Arcana is currently missing, which is why we need a new group of heroes, because after dealing with the adult Red Dragon, they just kind of vanished, which was 2 podcasts.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Actually, it might have been last week that they disappeared. I think it was last week, episode 3.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Either way, that we're going to be doing it that way. So we do need some character ideas. We already have Brad the Bard and Chad the Paladin.
Like we can take your character background and just put it into the Paladin slot, and it's still Chad the Paladin. But we're gonna make the voice, and it's gonna be ridiculous, and Brad the Bard, and all that stuff. It's
gonna be amazing, and Nitpick the Wizard, obviously.
Yeah. So I'm super excited to see where those go, to see how that.
And we can definitely do like an adventurer highlight where we just spend one of our segments just talking to the adventurer and getting their kind of backstory and getting to know them a little bit better.
Absolutely, and if people submit their, character backgrounds and stuff, I'm totally okay with bringing them into the show, and the person whose character background it is gets to do the thing.
Viv the Vixen, the best rogue this side of Oldport. Yeah, that'd be great. But yeah, that'd be something that I'd really enjoy doing, is like, even if we just have people come in over Message Stone, also known as Discord. It'd be great to have other people on the show just highlighting their characters and stuff that they've done. An adventure in Spotlight, even if we go past like just the 9 Avengers and we include more people, it wouldn't be a bad idea to have a supporter or a fan come in and be like, hey, look, this is my character. Do you want to do an interview with me? And I'd be like, 100%, let's do it.
Yeah, I think that would be wicked. And we can also have like these adventurers come in. We'll start the show with an interview with them, right? And then they'll be kind of like a guest host for that episode. Yeah, I think that would be a really interesting way to, one, bring in viewers, and they go, holy shit, I got to be part of the podcast. I got to be on Spotify. I'm going to show all my friends, because that would absolutely bring in more listeners. And that's, in the end, that's what we want. We want to get people listening on Spotify. We want people listening on wherever they get their podcasts. We want them
and 100%
into the stream.
That does mean that Skeevy Skis, you need to show up on the show. It'll be great. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I would like that. I don't know what that is, but I would like that.
Skeevy Skis is the best Gobbo boy. He's a demigod, kind of, sort of.
Okay, so that would be the Goblin Chief kind of deal.
Yeah, well, I mean, Siren's going to be doing the Goblin Chief anyway, but Skeevy Skeez is a separate Goblin. Would be absolutely fantastic.
Different voice, similar voice.
Why not the same voice? We'll make it a little like it's going to sound bad to me right now. We're going to make the Goblin thing a little bit like too similar, so it's hard to tell them apart because Goblins are new to us, so we're not really familiar with them. So if their voices sound the same, that's more of an on us thing than a real bad issue. We'll call it.
Fair enough. Yeah. Well, because like they would, I guess to the listener would be listening in more than likely common, so they would be in a similar boat. All goblins sound the same kind of deal.
Yeah, they're doing that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So dwarven women come from stone. Not really.
Does the voice really matter? They're all cannon fodder anyways.
Well, the 9 Avengers aren't going to be... Oh, you mean the goblins. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not.
Yeah,
you're
that's
not wrong.
true.
Yeah,
They all die.
It's pretty okay.
They all die like dogs.
No, they eat dogs. You're wrong.
No, leave my Loki alone.
Um,
Come here.
And for everyone listening, this is another like random trivia question like we were talking about Cyclops earlier. Does everyone know what animal goblins fear the absolute most?
Loki.
No, not Loki. Sorry.
It's Loki. Don't just throw your bone at me, you little shit. That's rude.
But for those who are curious, the creature that goblins fear the most in any world is a horse.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely, because goblins actually did originally come from the Feywild. And there's a creature called a nightmare. It's this terrifying magical horse who has like a mane of fire and hooves of onyx and smells like sulfur. And a nightmare's favorite food is goblin.
Really?
They have an instinctual terror of any horse because nightmares look like horses. So they will always flee when around horses unless they have wargs or winter wolves to back them up. So that's a random D&D factoid. I'm not sure a whole lot of people knew, but it's definitely a thing.
Yeah, I didn't know that at all. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I think though we're good to go. How much time are we on right now?
Oh, we need 3 minutes.
Well,
Yeah.
that's not too bad. Yeah,
3
that's
minutes.
fine.
We can call the stream there.
Yeah.
That took us a lot less time than I'm used to. Normally it takes us
Right.
like 2-3 hours to get everything done and what have you.
Yeah, but honestly, that was actually a lot of fun. I definitely enjoyed doing that. That one was I found really, really smooth.
That
Yeah.
felt a lot smoother than normal. I think it's because we're getting into the groove. We know what we want to talk about. We're writing it out a little bit,
Yeah,
throwing in a little bit of
just
little
that
bit of
hint of humor
riffing.
there. Yeah.
But like the stories would be written, right? They'd be, well, more than likely they'd be on like a teleprompter or whatever the D&D version is. Maybe just a chalkboard. We could read off of.
Board of Many Illusions, maybe.
Yeah. So it'd be just on something like that so we could read. So I think actually having it written down and then riffing at the end of the stories and, sometimes partway through, I think that really works
Yeah.
for the format.
I like the way like we had the bit of the banter there. I know that like I'm usually coming across as playing like the straight man, the guy who's actually doing the news, and you're kind of the silly goofy guy. But I mean, it works.
Yeah, I think it turns out like I'm
Yeah.
kind of just like an idiot, but I own the equipment, so you have to put up with me.
Real life bleeding through. Oh,
Yeah. That's where we get all of our stuff from. All the best stuff comes from real life.
yeah, that's good.
But yeah, I think it's coming along. I think we're starting to
Yeah.
find a rhythm and a groove, which is always really good. I mean, I could be completely wrong. We could just sound
Yeah.
like total idiots.
We could just
and
be
getting
garbage. It's
worse.
fine.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
could just be
it's
getting
good.
worse every week. No one would tell us. Everyone would
but
be like, "Oh my god, you guys are great."
It's so good. But if you guys do want to check it out, Blackshell is on Spotify
Yes.
and a few other platforms. If you Google it, I'm sure you'll find it. The Blackshell podcast has 3 episodes out right now. This one is the 4th. So if you want to catch up on the story, you want to see what's going on, then 100% check those out. It'll probably take less than an hour to listen to all 3 of them. So if you got some time to kill, it's a good way to do it.
I think it would take you like 3 minutes under an hour to listen to all of them. They're around
Yeah.
20 minutes.
I think it's like 16, 20, and 22.
I think something like that. So it'd be like you'd be cutting it close to an hour, but
Yeah.
it wouldn't take you a lot of time. It's great if you're just in the car, you're driving. They're short enough that the episodes are nice like that. Like you can just binge listen on one car trip kind of deal. I think a buddy of mine actually did that last night.
That's not too bad, then.
Yeah, he was
But,
driving home from a concert. It was like a 4-hour drive. He listened and he's like, "That was awesome." And I was like, "Yes."
But that's
Love
that's
that.
also another thing is that these are also on the YouTube channel from the Flood, so you can actually watch us the behind the scenes recordings for episodes 1, 2, and 3. Are I find them a little bit crazier than the actual newscast because so many jokes just don't make it in because we're like, oh, maybe cut that.
Yeah.
That was a bad time.
We make a lot of jokes that this episode wasn't as bad, but we've had a lot of times where we've made jokes and we're just like, that is too dark.
The cringe is real.
We
Please
can't
stop
include
that. Yeah.
But these live recordings are way more wild. We do a lot more riffing off of each other that doesn't make it in
Yeah.
to the actual podcast because the podcast is supposed to be a story, right? So I gotta edit it.
Yeah.
Gotta make it sound good and all that stuff. And like I like being able to use mostly my own sound effects by like slapping tables or what have you. But
Yeah. So, so that's like two decent options. Either check out the edited stuff on Spotify or the unedited stuff on YouTube. From the Flood, it's the same channel name. It won't be hard to find at all. You can also just search for the Blackshell podcast. I think they're mostly titled that.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be too hard to find. But a big, massive shout out thank you to everyone who's been watching. It's been an absolute pleasure today, and I hope you guys all have a fantastic night.
And before we go, because I know he's not going to fucking plug himself, if you want to catch more of Mike here, you can head on over to his Twitch channel not at, sorry, this isn't fucking Twitter.
Right.
It's just that GM guy.
Yeah.
And he does a lot of streaming. I will, once I'm back in school in September here, I'll be doing a lot more streaming as well. And I'll be seeing if we can't play some video games, what have you. I've got the mic set up now. Like, this thing is incredible. I love this microphone.
It is pretty gorgeous.
It's just like last week editing the podcast was the first time in a long time that I heard my voice and I didn't completely fucking hate it. You know, so that was really nice. And that's mostly the microphone. My voice still sounds like garbage.
Disagree.
But well, thank you. But yeah, thank you so much for coming out, for supporting us, for listening, and giving your feedback. I love having the chat like this. I love having people riffing. I love it. People are genuinely listening and giving some good feedback about everything, and I really appreciate that. That means so much more to us than we could really ever tell you. But
absolutely,
yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll let Devin riff for like a couple seconds while I go head on over to the turn off the stream button.
Yeah, so while From the Flood does focus on group content, you'll be seeing some just single video game play from our good Mr. Dave over there as he does whatever he does in school and stuff. And for me, if you're interested, I play a lot of RPGs and I do something called Retro Time where I play old school games. Right now, we're focusing on The Legend of the Dragoon, but I also run a relatively serious 5th edition campaign on Thursdays. It's probably not good to watch live. I know most people who watch D&D want to watch Critical Role, but we do have a good time. And last week we discussed how the dimensions in D&D are layered like pancakes, and just because something's on the pancake doesn't mean it's on your pancake. So if you like pancakes, D&D, and retro stuff, you can totally check me out at that GM guy. Anyway, thanks again, folks. It's been absolutely wonderful having you here. Thank you so much for talking with us, and have yourselves a fantastic evening.